Hello, this is Victor. I'm here with a new unit in depth, and this time I will jump, after finishing with the Adeptus Sororitas, I will jump into the Chaos Space Marines Codex, and I will go by order of units in the Codex. Remember that this is still the 6th edition Codex, and may change in a short future time, so maybe I will need to revisit some of these units in depth. But I've been asked if I can do a review on the Chaos Space Marines, so I will go through the different units here. Be aware that this is the first army I played in Warhammer 40k. I played them for long time, but recently I didn't play them too much. I've been playing other armies, so maybe some of the newest units I'm not as familiar as with some of the older ones. But I will try to do the review as far as I know, and please leave your comment below if you think I missed something or I forget something about these reviews. I think it's for me it's a way to share with you my knowledge, but also it's great to see and if you can share your knowledge also with me, because nobody have the full knowledge on all this on 40k. So let's start. So Abaddon the Despoiler is the first one and is still HQ in the Codex. Remember, it's a 6th edition. Most likely he will change to Lord of War when we go to the new 7th edition Codex. So the profile is Weapon Skill 7, Ballistic Skill 5, Strength 4, Toughness 5, 4 Wounds, Initiative 6, 4 Attacks, Leadership 10, and 2 plus Armor Save. Well, this is equipped with a armor, Terminator armor. So he have also the invulnerable, and in that case have invulnerable 4 plus. Let's go to the special rules. So he is an infantry character, and of course it's independent character. He's equipped with Terminator armor. Is have the Warlord trait of the Black Crusade. The Warlord trait of the Black Crusade is giving him that all friendly units within 12 inches have preferred enemy Space Marines. So it's good if you play against Space Marines, and makes a lot of sense with the fluff. The have the champion of chaos special rule, so means that he have to issue and accept challenges anytime he can, and if he wins a challenge, he have to roll on the chaos bond table. So he can eventually become a spawn, he can be boosted even more, or he can become a demon prince. So all depend on your lucky. Also, it depends if any enemy will accept a challenge against Abaddon the Despoiler. Uh, he has a special rule, Eternal Warrior, so it's making him quite resilient, fearless, as expected. He's independent character, as I say, and he's Veterans of the Long War. There's another special rule from this codex. He's giving him hatred and also +1 to leadership, but it's already in the profile, so he's already leadership 10. As I say, he has the mark of Chaos Ascendant, means that he have the four marks of the Chaos, so have Nurgle, Thench, Slaanesh, and Khorne, and they are already in the profile of Abaddon the Despoiler. Uh, what else? And this is increasing the invulnerable save to 4 plus, as I explained before. He's equipped with Dvachnien, or how it's pronounced, or Dvachnien. It is a demon weapon. Remember, demon weapon, you roll a d6 at the beginning of the assault. If these are the number of attacks that you add to your profile, and if you roll a 1, you hit to yourself. You make a wound to yourself that you can only use invulnerable save, and you have I think you hit with or you divide by 2 your weapon skill, so you are nerfed for the rest of the assault. A part of that, the Vachin is giving +1 strength, is AP2, it's melee, and it's specialist weapon. And then he has also the Talon of Horus. The Talon of Horus have the profile strength plus by 2, AP3, melee is red specialist weapon. And so this means that as both are specialists, you gain the +1 in close combat for additional weapon. And on top, it has a combi bolter, as you can see on the miniature. and this is a very old miniature paint about more than 20 years ago, so it's very, very old miniature, the Abaddon the Despoiler. So he has also a stone bolter on top. I just make a look on the demon's weapon special rule. So on a roll of 1, you have weapon skill 1 until the end of the phase, and you make a wound to yourself with no armor save allowed. On 2 plus, you get these additional attacks to your profile for until the end of the phase. And also the Talon of Horus is given to Blood Angels the Hatred, as this is one of the weapons of Horus that used to kill Sanguinius. So this guy, I think it's very simple to use. Is a close combat tank. He can disseminate infantry units as he wants with strength 5 AP2. He can do several damage, a lot of damage on infantry units, and he will have 5 attacks plus d6 unless you roll a 1. So it's going to be a really strong guy. If you don't want to take the risk of the Drachen, then you can use the Talon of Horus in close combat if the enemy have AP3, but take into account then you only have 5 attacks, but you will have by the strength 8 that you attack at initiative. On top, having a strength 8 is making him also a threat to vehicles and light armored tanks. So it's a guy that in close combat can deal with almost anything. The only thing that will have problems is maybe things with armor 14 or things that have a lot of invulnerable saves. But against any other things, he can deal it quite well. Anyway, you have to be careful. You have 4 wounds, you have Terminator armor, but you have to be careful with weapons that have AP2, although you have the 4 plus uh, invulnerable saves. So, yeah, this is the only point. So, for example, an Ord going against an Ord without any support is not ideal because they will strike back and you will start having some wounds. Also, be very careful. He's vulnerable to the stomp or to the weapons. So these are the things that you have to be careful on. And it costs a lot of points. So he's 265 points. So it's the same cost as a full equipped Terminator squad or a Land Rider. So take this into account. It's just a close combat beast, no more. Even the Black Crusader that is giving him this small boost, he is not made to boost units. He's made to go into the close combat. So yeah, I don't think there is much to say here. He can deal a lot very well with infantry. He is going to do several damage. He can deal almost with any um, close combat. With initiative 6 is quite fast, so he can also deal in close combat with a lot of other characters that are specialized in close combat. With Eternal Warrior will give him quite resilience, so on the having the invulnerable save 4 plus and the the Terminator armor. The only ones that can be more dangerous for him are all these Terminators with a storm shield and hammers. So these are the things that you have to be careful. Things that can bypass your Terminator self. You are very resilient, but you are not immortal. And most likely it will need a score. So take into account that once you add a score, will be another 200 points of unit. Then you will need also a delivery vehicle. So very easily, this I will not recommend Abaddon in games that are below 2000 points because you accumulate a lot of points on a guy that is, as I say, is mainly specialized in close combat and is not giving any other benefit to your army. And yeah, And I don't know if you have used Abaddon in other ways, but I don't think there is other ways to use it. Please leave your comment, share your experiences with Abaddon. I had both good and bad experiences with him. I have times that he was able to deal with a lot of enemies, and other times that he was just killed down in the shooting phase very fast. So yeah, please share with me what is your opinion. He is the character in the Chaos Space Marine Codex, is the most important character in the fluff of the Chaos Space Marine Codex, and yeah, and he's in the game. He's very good in close combat. That's all. Please leave your comment below. Thanks a lot for watching, and see you again later. Bye.